it makes sense. Alright, so next is... Alright, almost there. The Horizon Initiative. Another one I have no idea who they are. Alright.
Maybe they're about the horizon.
Maybe they're about the initiative.
When I think of horizons, I think of coffee. Let's see if this is coffee related.
Oh, no, it's not. Alright. Overview: the Horizon Initiative is an organization created in the late 1960s by various influential sects in the main three Abrahamic religions as a response to the growing number of anomalous activities and groups which they perceive as threats. Though the full extent of their goals is uncertain, the Horizon Initiative is known to target SCP objects either with the intention of retrieving or destroying them, depending on each item's perceived place on their dogma. The initiative is led by a tribunal composed of leaders from the three largest sects involved in its creation. Though a large amount of internal strife often leaves the office leadership in less than full control of the organization, the HR's main combat force, Project Malleus, is generally deployed in anti-cult operations and in SCP retrieval operations. The initiative's relations with most other groups of interest in the Foundation seems to be in a state of constant flux. While all parts of the HI perceive the Church of the Broken God and the Fifth Church with a great degree of hostility, and at times engaging them in armed conflict, sentiments towards the Foundation and the GOC vary greatly, from open hostility to limited willingness to cooperate, depending on the internal affiliation of an individual members.
Oh, joy.
That's why I said it. No, it's not. The second you said that.
So it's just a bunch of conservative religious people came together to hate on SCPs.
Oh no. Okay, I can see where it can get worse.
Oh.
Welcome, Shepard. Congratulations, you are a full member of the Shepard Corps of the Horizon Initiative. All associated titles, privileges, and burdens now rest upon your shoulders. You are the first line of defense against the anomalies that the other organizations are too self-absorbed to acknowledge. You acquire relics for the scribes, report targets to the wolves, and answer directly to the tribunal itself. But no one answers the lurking question: what does the Horizon Initiative exist? Why does the Horizon Initiative exist? What could bring together some of the most divided groups on the face of the planet under the banner of God? The answer is older than the question. For decades, various organizations have sought to acquire objects for personal gain. No matter their intentions, it is foolhardy to let a single group born of science, with no creed and no morals to speak of, to sit upon the largest cache of anomalous objects in existence. Since before the counting of time itself, the heathen churches of McCain and Yaldabaoth have squirreled away sacrifices for their unholy masters, rendering humanities asunder in their squabbles. The various nations of Earth have their own pet groups dedicated to seeking out objects in the name of their homelands, men of science, infidels, and soldiers. All must bow before the might of his hammer, lest they be crushed. The initiative is both a question to the state of affairs in an anomalous community and the answer. God's hand has guided humanity through our lowest lows and our highest highs. With the world rapidly marching into the dawn of a new era, we cannot allow our future to be built on a foundation of lies. God has always provided man with a shining beacon in the dark. Whether it be in the shape of a prophet or a preacher, God's anointed raise their arms to combat the forces that threaten the pure. The initiative is only the most recent iteration of the army of the Lord. An army protecting the faithful in the war and raising up the less fortunate in peace. This is our duty, and we accept the burdens of our ancestors. As it was, so it shall be. Hundreds of groups, thousands of faithful, many interpretations, all under the banner of our Lord.
They have
It's
quite an ego. God damn. They're
it's
like,
The one thing that hurts me is McCain is a good person, like Eldritch God. They literally died for our sakes.
yo, hey, Bright. This is a strictly monotheistic
Yeah,
organization. They're
yeah,
going to view any other worships as heathen.
yeah,
also, just remember, they also spoke of other groups that were not religious as collecting them specifically for selfish purposes. When
Yeah,
the
and
SCP literally collects them to contain them, and the GOC does not collect, they destroy.
yeah, they are. I'm struggling to find the right words for what I'm thinking of.
yeah,
Stupid? Sorry.
Well, yeah, but like I'm trying to think of like what they would be called if they were placed into like a sense of uh oh, my fucking head.
yeah,
They're basically the SCP Foundation if the SCP Foundation was founded and controlled by nothing but religious fanatics from the Abrahamics.
yeah.
Uh,
Yeah, also, here's one thing about the Beyond in SCP universe. It's unknown if they're good or bad because the second Scarlet King was born, or not long after they were born, they killed Yaldabaoth.
Yeah.
They just murked them.
well, yeah. Well, we do. At least we know McCain was good, but Yaldabaoth, we have no idea. We have no idea. So, like, this one was good. This one died very quickly.
It's funny that they just named the two just gods that are dead.
Maybe that's why they did that. Dead gods can't argue against their opinions. I shouldn't say it like that.
Also, their logo is terrifying.
Well, it's very religious if you think about it. After all, the church used to think that the sun
Yeah,
centered around Earth, that the entire universe centered around Earth, that they were God's perfect creatures to take care of and shepherd his world that he
yeah,
made specifically for the humans that
yeah.
were so special.
Also, when I was reading this, I was feeling like very culty behavior.
Well, yeah.
That's the point. I'm sure even a normal Christian would be like, wait, hold the bricks. I mean, I'm sure there's a
I
better
mean,
way of saying that.
on
In
this.
in
Oh, sorry. You
in
say?
other news, thunder is loud.
Oh, yeah. Also, within like the description of the group, they have killed people or SCPs and anonymous items for not being a part
Yeah.
of their faith. So I wouldn't categorize them as good.
Well, we were never going to categorize them as good. They're religious fundamentalists.
So do we need more information? Are we good?
Well, all we have is a vague summary. We should at least read a little more.
Fair enough.
Well, honestly, I feel like we know enough to say something along the lines of neutral evil.
Yeah.
Bright, you're the one person that's Christian. What do you think?
I kind of agree with Hatchet. Yeah, pretty much.
Okay.
It's neutral evil.
Yeah, because I would try to put them in lawful evil, but thanks to them being described as extremely disparate and having a lot of internal conflicts, because no shit. I don't think that they're united enough to be called lawful.
Yeah. Oh, does that have anything? Oh, here's some quotes from the Horizon Initiative. I keep forgetting to come over here.
Uh,
Alright. From Fire on Horizon, will the initiative be strong enough when the pieces of the true cross are burned to fuel a fifth ritual? When the Manura is smelted for gears? When the Kaaba is shattered by heathens? Oh my god. From crossing the streams, I, Ilano, swear upon my honor and by my power to uphold this oath with the Horizon Initiative, that I shall raise no hand to harm, nor take any unfair advantages of mankind. As a symbol of this oath, I present to the Horizon Initiative this sweet potato. Blessed by my power, may this friendship last until the end of time.
Was that a minor god trying to save their life with a sweet potato?
I don't know. From Epistula, God spoke to humanity in the desert, and just now we are able to piece together his words.